Yeah, I came out of the next huddle and Sue was like, "How you like this crowd?" And I was like, honestly, I thought I got a charge the way I started screaming. But no, it's electrifying. I always understood as an opponent that the crowd here and the fans, it's a six-man on the court at all times. They have the ability to shift momentum at any given moment, and when it's on your side, it's really refreshing and nice because it gives you that extra energy you need. But within three, I wasn't worried. We have enough on this team. It was just about us getting stops down the stretch.
Alexa?
Stewie, kind of on that note, being in this game with Tosh and seeing what she was able to do, especially this energy shifter and plays down the stretch, I mean, what did you see from her and how she can continue to bring that throughout the season?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really what I've touched on throughout my entire training camp is her versatility, you know, her ability to get down and attack the rim. We're putting her in great spots to kind of succeed and read the defense and then defensively just being everywhere, you know, pressuring the fact that we're going to continue to build that chemistry, but switching in a number of different ways and just making it hard for Vegas. Like, we have a ton of respect for them, and we know that they're all great players, but Tasha's just an added piece to really kind of get up in them.
Sorry, let's see what again.
Hey.
You're good.
Hey. First of all, Sandy, you look great. I have to compliment you after you complimented us, so you look great.
Oh, thanks, guys. Danielle Kalmeyer, so if you want some outfits.
Well, that's you drop.
She actually wants to outfit you. So we'll talk about it later.
But Coach, is today kind of like a coach's dream for the first game? 27 assists, the ball's moving, defense was all over the place, the crowd was what it was as well. Just as a coach, you know, was today kind of the perfect situation?
Yeah, no, it was great. You know, there's some imperfect situations, but that's the part of the game one learnings that we have. We're building that chemistry, but you know, that's a tough opponent. We know that. We have great rivalry, we have great respect for them. But to come out and play the defense that we did, we had some breakdowns. Rebounding was probably my biggest issue there, the possession games. But overall, I thought we played a really good game, and it's something that we'll continue to build on over these next weeks.
Sorry, where's the microphone?
Oh,
Yeah, Brian, please.
okay. Now, everybody, Sandy, a lot of great bench minutes today. Kennedy, Niara, Marie gave you some good minutes. What stood out the most to you from watching the second unit today?
What did I like?
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I've talked about this depth moving forward. Like, they've had really good training camps, and we can go in so many different ways. We can go with the big lineup with Niara in there. I thought Kennedy Burt gave us a real great spark for us, and she's very versatile. And you know, I talked about her having a great camp, and I think that's translating to today. Marine gave us good minutes. We know that we'll keep getting bigger and better once we get a little bit more chemistry. You know, Rebecca Gardner too. I didn't get her in as much. It was a big game, but I know we have full confidence in her as well to come in and be impactful. And so we're excited just how, you know, we have 5 days before the next game. How, you know, build up. You know, we've got Chicago and Indiana. That'll be a good test for us.
Hi all. Stewie, first for you, take me through how you were able to
flip the switch after the ring ceremony. You know, that was a very special ceremony for you. You brought both of your kids. How were you able to do that?
Well, I think honestly the entire time, knowing that you know, what we're doing right now is a reflection and an appreciation for last season, and obviously very excited to see the rings. But once we walked off that court, it was like, all right, stay in the now, because this team is hungry and they want to come after us with everything that they got. And I thought we did a great job blocking in. You know, there's moments where we kind of lose it and we bring each other back together and get it done.
And Natasha, for you, when the team came back together and they had to lock in, you know, how were you able to bring everyone together?
Honestly, I didn't bring everyone together. I think this team is very professional. I think I've talked a lot in training camp about keeping the main thing, and I think they did a good job tonight of being in the moment, being where their feet are, and accepting the rings. But like you said, switching that switch, and it was time to go. They can celebrate now. After we get the dub, they can have all the celebration now. But this is about keeping the main thing, and the main thing was aces today.
Natasha, you and Sandy were both saying before the game, well, it's going to take time. We're going to need some patience. We're going to need some grace. And then you go off the way you did in this game. When in the game did you know it was really clicking?
I think for me in training camp, everyone's kind of giving me the confidence to like, I gotta go and I gotta be myself. That's a responsibility that I take for myself as the point guard. If I'm not being aggressive and trying to get to the basket, then I'm not really effective for this team. But once I'm aggressive in the beginning, I can get to what I ultimately want, which is to set my teammates up for easy shots. So that's just my mindset. I want to be that for us every single night on both ends of the floor, of just like that energy person. So that's my commitment to this organization, this team, every single night.
One very quick, lighthearted follow-up. In the starting lineups, they announced you as being from Philadelphia, not Broomall.
You already know what it is. I told them to put it in there. I still love you, New York, but I'm very proud of where I come from.
Would you prefer the city or the suburb when they announced Philadelphia or Delco? Or
Well, I played St. Joe's basketball is in West Philly, so that makes it Philly, doesn't it? Yeah, okay.
Natasha, when we talked at practice, you had mentioned the importance of sending a message, using this game to send a message to the league. What message do you think you guys sent today?
That we're focused. Again, they did a really great job of winning last year, first ever. But like Coach Sandy said, it's going to be one of many, right, that we try to go after. And that's the goal for this season. So you refocus and you shift your focus into now and where your feet are today.
And then Stewart, just Breanna, really quick. We know that you've said a few times that you were 100% and that everything was cautionary, ramp up. But how do you, or are you not 100%? What does that look for?
You look 100%?
I'm 100%.
I know, but that's my question, was just any type of concern there might have been over you. It feels like you made that vanish just with preseason and then today.
Yeah. No. I'm definitely 100%. I think there was, we just had a little back and forth with the minute restriction, but we were in a good place. 27 is not bad.
We like that.
It's pretty good, wasn't it?
Okay, we bumped it up just a little bit.
Okay, congrats on the win, everybody. Tasha, I've seen and experienced firsthand how much fans loved you in Washington and Phoenix, and now after one game, how much they love you in New York. What is it about your game that makes you such a fan favorite?
I think the similarities of Philly and New York is we really just appreciate players that come in, they play hard, they give everything they got every single night, and we're gritty. We get it out the mud. That's just what it is, and I think that's how I play. So I feel the appreciation. I'm going to keep doing it. I appreciate y'all real bad.
Okay, and then for Stewie, you all were moving the ball really well today in your first regular season game together. How do you develop the patience, discipline, and trust necessary to really play that way?
Yeah, I think a lot of it carries over from what we built and then adding new pieces. But, if anybody's been to our training camp, you see the ball, the way the ball is moving in practice. And, we're passing up good shots to get great shots and knowing, late possession, late in the shot clock, like what are we trying to run? And everybody has that same mindset and mentality.
Annie Costable, Front Office Sports. Breanna, reaction to the ring when you first saw it?
Well, I saw it before, so I had a sneak peek. But honestly, my reaction was, wow, it's so big. It was like, it's so big and so shiny. Like, Taya wanted to touch it, and I was like, you are not taking this because I don't know what you're going to do with it next. But there's so many details that, honestly, I didn't have a chance to look at that I want to, like, whenever we're done here.
Did you help, design it? What do you mean when you say you saw it?
Just kind of dealing with Clara a little bit and her just asking opinions on the details.
Okay, sorry, one more. This isn't your first. How does it compare?
Like
to
what,
your other rings?
the way it looks or what?
All around. Size, diamonds.
It's definitely bigger than my other two, but each one is special. I think that the rings, for me personally, they're not meant to be worn, and they're gonna create a great collection. Later.
You're going to be like Gino?
At my house. Yeah. All right. They're going to go in a safe. All right.
Yeah. I was like, and they're not going to be there tomorrow.
Hey, Sandy, up front. There was a lot of driving lanes created in the first half and second half. Forced Aces to make some decisions whether to stay home or to help. Some decisions they didn't. Is that kind of what you're envisioning with this 5-out offense for this team?
Yeah, you're talking about Vegas's defense, how we could get to the rim. Yeah, no, look, obviously we were 4 from 21 from the three-point line, but they really were making staying at home a little bit more. We knew Asia was going to come into the paint, but to get 56 points in the paint, that's great for us. I think what Tash gives to us, how they defended us, that's what we'll preaching, let's get into the paint and then finish or fine. And for the most part, we had 27 assists too. So, I'm really happy with that. We gave up some layups. So I know Leo drove in and splashed it out. We want to be aggressive to the rim, and it certainly helps, obviously, with these two players here. And obviously, JJ, we got her established down low. But it's just reading defenses and taking what defense gives us.
Hey, Tosh. In the first quarter, I think you were like 1 of 5, maybe a turnover, but
Yeah, I
missed
was
a
like
couple
throwing
layups.
alley-oops off the backboard, huh? Yeah.
I think they hit the rim. But were you encouraged by that start, just the fact that you were living in the paint, even though the results weren't what you wanted at first? Did it feel like a precursor to, I guess, what you were able to do in the second half?
Yeah, I always want to try to get 2 feet in the paint. If I can try to engage 2, then I have really amazing offensive players around me that are weapons at every possession. So the goal is to always get 2 feet in the paint. With how defenses are going to play me, right, they're probably going to put the weakest defender on me most of the time. They're going to stay home on Stewie, JJ, Sab. So that creates all those lanes for me. Now if they commit, I get to do what I want to do, which is spray the ball out. But in the meantime, just taking the accountability of getting to the rim.
Hello all, congrats on the win. I have one for Breanna, one for Tosh. Breanna, when you see that banner raised into the Barclays Center rafters, and you're going to look at that every day for the rest of your Liberty career, what does having that undeniable piece of history mean to you? And for Tosh, when you see a ceremony like that, how does that inspire you, and how does that inspire you to kind of push forward and do what you've been hired to do, basically?
I think it just creates a standard for anybody that comes into Barclays, whether it's us playing or the Nets or whoever, the fans, like championship mindset and mentality for everybody amongst this franchise. And it's a special thing, I think it was incredible, and I've been looking forward to having this moment of celebrating with the fans just because they deserve it too. But that's what you're going to see every time you come in here is like our why and why we're doing things and why we're continuing to be better for this season.
I think the same. No, you're good, Brian. I think the same thing. It's a standard. I understood that with coming here to New York, and I want to be a part of that standard. It's really hard to win a championship, and every piece is so important to that success. So I just want to be a part of it. That's all I ever wanted to do was add to this organization.
Appreciate your time and insight.
Thank you.
Hey guys, over here, kind of on that same thing for Coach and Stewie. This is kind of the last piece of, closing out last year's championship puzzle. Is there any different emotion you get from, the parade or the rings or anything, but then finally seeing the banner?
Yeah, just all the hard work that we went through last year to get there. We know it was a tight series, but just, we accomplished our goal. And it was great to see the rings. I hadn't seen it. So it was great to see the rings and be a part with our fans, because that's what it's all about. I suppose for me as coach, I was already like, okay, let's go. Let's play this game. I'm excited. I'm excited about this team that we have here. Yes, our goal is to win another championship, but it's a long way to go. It's more about playing in the right way. And just getting Tash in there has been just adds. So excited. It's going to be hard, but let's embrace the hard.
Mm-hmm.